Hello everyone, uh, welcome to Algo Trading YouTube channel. Today we are going to cover WebSocket based codes, which is also called as sticker. So what are generally codes? Code is nothing but you are getting a current market price of any instrument. Uh, it not only a market price, but it also contains other information like today low, today high, previous day close, and bits and asks and volume, etc. information. So there are two ways to get the code. There is you can just call the get code API from the broker and get the information. And other way is through WebSocket. So what is WebSocket? Works on the communication is based on socket instead of HTTP protocol. Uh, what exactly the difference? In case of HTTP protocol, it takes more time to get any code, but if you do a WebSocket based, you'll receive the codes very fast, within milliseconds you'll receive, because it works at lower layer and the connection is stateful in case of WebSockets. Whereas in HTTP case, you just call the API and get the response and the connection is closed. But in case of WebSocket, the connection is open as long as you keep it open. Okay, so you can receive the ticks very fast. I mean, only the information which is required, like the information is in some bytes. Each tick has information in some bytes, so that's why it's very fast. If you go for HTTP, you're getting a get. If you're calling get code API, each time the information is going to be used contains some kilobytes, right? So that's why it's slower compared to lower level TCP protocol. Okay, before starting into details, let me tell you one thing. If you have not watched the previous videos, introduction to algo trading and how to place modify cancel orders, the second video tells about it. So please watch them, then only come to this video. Otherwise, you may not understand what I'm going to explain here. Okay. So basically, this is a series of videos. You can consider as some tutorials to build algorithm based, trading algorithm in Python. So if you have not watched, please go and watch, then only come to this place. Okay, let's start today. What is the content today? So we need to fetch the instruments from the broker. The reason here, whenever you are subscribing a token, right? So you can't send any trading symbol like SBI in Reliance, etc. So each trading symbol associated with some instrument token. First of all, you should know what is the token number for each instrument. For that, first what we do, after logging into the broker from Algo, we'll fetch all the instruments and we'll have the symbol to instrument token mapping in our local database. And I have written some utility functions after fetching the instrument, all instrument. I just written utility functions to get instrument data by symbol and to get instrument data by token. If you pass the symbol, you will get the instrument data. If you pass the token, you will get the instrument data. Okay. And what is ticker service? As I explained, right, ticker service is nothing but TCP socket, TCP or UDP order, but in generally it is TCP based protocol. We establish a communication between our client and server, broker server. Client here is our algo and the server is broker backend, right? We establish a connection between our algo and broker and we subscribe tokens. Then we start receiving the ticks. I mean, the broker will start pushing the ticks to our service. So basically, we need to provide some callback method where we receive the tokens. Unlike in HTTP based, we just send a request and get the response in the same request, right? But here the thing is, we subscribe from some place and start receiving tokens from some other place. The some other place is nothing but some other function. We call that method as a callback method. Okay, we receive the tokens in that callback method. So what that is, and ticker service is faster than normal get code API, which is based on HTTP based. Operations we do with ticker service. What are the operations we are going to do with ticker service? Okay, then callback methods supported by the broker ticker service, right? then starting ticker service in a separate thread. Okay, here if you just start a ticker service, generally your main UI thread, your main thread will be blocked there itself. The execution won't go after that. For that reason, we have to start ticker service in a separate thread so that it does its work in the background in a separate thread. If you do it without, if you don't start in a separate thread, your main program will be blocked there itself, and whatever the code you have written after the ticker service start, that code won't be executed, right? So that's why we need to start ticker service in separate thread. I'll show you how we do in the coding. Okay, and then after starting the ticker service, we need to subscribe the symbols to receive the codes. Let's say if you're interested in 10 symbols, SBI, Reliance, Bajaj Finance, ITC, Marico, etc. So just get the symbol tokens for that trading symbols and then subscribe to receive codes after the ticker service is started. Okay, whenever you don't need, you want to stop the ticker service, just stop it. Then you stop receiving the codes for all the subscribed tokens. And demo during live work. How it works, I'll show you that. Okay. What is ticker service? Ticker service based connection. It's a stateful connection between client and server, unlike HTTP. So that's why it's faster than HTTP based. You just subscribe, the connection is established. You just connect to the broker, the connection is established. Then broker start pumping the ticks to your client, to your algo. Right? That is called stateful connection. As long as you keep it open, whenever you close the ticker service, that is stopping the ticker service, then the connection will be closed. So the connection can be like you can have a single connection throughout the day. If you don't have an internet connection issues, or the broker don't have any issues, sometimes what happens, you started the tickers in the morning after market open at 9:15. After half an hour, it may happen broker closed your connection due to whatever reason, or you had some intermittent connection issues, internet issues, then your connection stopped. So in that case, you need to start the ticker service again. But here the broker itself provide functionality to reconnect the ticker service, right? So you don't need to basically do on your own. Only where the ticker connection reconnects, let's say maximum 50 times, right? After maximum 50 attempts, if it still fails, then the broker closes the connection. Then in that case, you need to start the ticker service from the beginning. Okay. In general, the broker API, SDK, whatever provided in Python, does reconnection to the broker backend in case the connection is closed or some issues. Okay. It uses TCP protocol and then receive codes in a millisecond. It is much faster than a HTTP based codes API. Okay. Then what are the operations we do with ticker service? How do you start the ticker service? Okay, we just first we call the connect, right? The connection will be established between the client and server. Client means your algo, server means broker backend. After connection is successful, then we need to subscribe tokens, right? Trading symbol. In whichever symbols you are interested in, just subscribe those tokens. Then you will start receiving the ticks in a separate callback method. I'll explain where you will receive the callback, where you receive the ticks in the callback method. After you are done with your algo strategy, whatever, then you can unsubscribe the tokens. You subscribe 10 tokens. After that, you, let's say, signal is generated for 2 symbols. If you want to unsubscribe those 2 symbols, you can just do that so that you don't receive the ticks for those 2 symbols, or you can just leave it as it is. And after your work day, at the end of the day, if you are once you are going to square off all your trades, then you can just close the ticker service. You don't need it after that, right? These are the operations we do with ticker service. And what are the callback methods of ticker service? So once you connect, right? So whether connection is established successfully or not, you have to know, right? Then only you have to subscribe to the subscribe symbols, right? So there is an on-connect callback method. Once the ticker connection is successful, you will receive, the on-connect method will be called. Okay, that means your ticker connection is established successfully. After that only you subscribe to tokens and then start receiving the tick. For each new tick, there is a callback method on ticks. On ticks method is called. If there is any error in between, your on error callback method is called. And there is some connection issue, and the SDK is trying a reconnection. Okay, trying to establish a connection again in case of error. So on reconnect, callback method will be called in case of reconnecting to the broker. And there is one more on no reconnect. Let's say the SDK, the broker SDK, Python SDK tries some maximum 50 attempt, 50 reconnections. If all 50 reconnections fails, then it will give up and it will call the no reconnect. It's not going to try reconnection after 50 attempts fail, right? So then you will get the call inside on no reconnect callback method, and then on close, whether the broker closes the connection after maximum attempts or you close the connection. You can also call the close method of ticker services after closing the connection. There is a callback method on close will be called. Okay, and apart from ticks broker, in case of Jiro, they also provide updates in terms of also in the form of WebSockets. If you want to get the order status, what is order status? You can call HTTP based API, which takes some time, right? More time, but you cannot call order API every second, or you can call every minute or every 2 minutes, something like that. It's okay, fine. But Jiro also provides order updates. Whenever it's a order, your orders filled or your SL order cancelled or your SL order SL hit. So whatever the order updates, right? All order updates you can receive in the form of WebSocket. So which is much faster. So you don't have to call. The broker itself inform you on this callback method on order update. Okay, I have written some sample code for that as well. You can see. Okay, now demo. We'll see the demo during live market. So what are the functions we are going to do here is, I'll first explain the code what I have written, then what are the operations we are going to do. We'll just start the ticket, connect using connect method. Then we'll wait because the connection will take some time, right? So in this for demo purpose, I'm just waiting for 5 seconds, and after 5 seconds, I'll subscribe to some tokens, let's say SBI and Reliance. Okay, then we'll start observe ticks getting received in the callback method. Then right. Then wait for 5 seconds and place some sample order. Okay, after placing the sample order, we'll see. Okay, observe whether order update is received in order update callback or not. Okay, then we'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll just stop the ticker service. That means we'll call close method of the ticker and observe whether you receive on close callback method or not. It's simple. These are the operations we are going to perform now. Okay, let me just go to the code. Okay, here is our code. This Algo Trade Python. Then we have SRC source code. So before starting, what I do, you already know, right, how the algo function. Here I did some modification inside algo.py. Okay, you know the complete flow from main, how the algo is started in a separate thread. So that I explained in the previous video. The second video. Now, so whenever the start algo is called, so what I told you, we need to first fetch all the instrument data from the broker, right? So what is this instrument? PY. So here first we log into the broker, right? Once you log in, you will get the access token. Only after that you can do operations like get instruments, order, placing order, starting the ticker service, whatever. So this fetch instrument function basically calls this kite.instrument. We are interested in getting the all instrument details of NSE exchange. We'll get an instrument. I am just storing inside. I am maintaining a map. So this is symbol to instrument map and another map token to instrument map. So I'm just traversing through the list of instrument list where I got from here. Then I am taking the ISD of trading symbol or instrument token, right? So getting the complete, we'll getting the trading symbol, and then we'll getting the instrument token. I'm just maintaining a map, symbol to instrument map. So this is a key here, and the value is a complete instrument object. Similarly, I'm maintaining another map where token to instrument map. So the key is instrument token here, and the value is complete instrument data object. Once fetch instrument done, so these are the methods I'm providing. So we required across the program wherever you want to get the instrument data by passing trading symbol or by passing instrument token. If you have trading symbol, just call this get instrument data by symbol, pause the trading symbol, let's say SBI. From the map, we'll get the data of that particular trading symbol and return here. Similarly, if you have the token instead of trading symbol, the token can be some number integer, let's say 54673, something like that. And we have map instrument token map. Just pass this token to this map and we'll get the complete instrument data and just return it. So these two maps we have stored after fetching the instrument here. Now, first we got the get kite handle object. This we will get after the login successful. Only then you will get the object. Fetch instrument done. Okay. Now test ticket. Okay. Earlier I moved some code to test orders. So this is the earlier code we did in the previous session. Currently I am commenting that I am not going to execute that. So we are interested to run the ticker service. This I just written test ticker. Okay, what this test ticker is going to do? Okay, this is going to do start ticker. Forget about the commented code part. You don't need actually. I'm just removing it. So start ticker. So what I have written in the start ticker. Go to the ticker.py file. Okay, we have imported the start ticker from this file to algo.py and we are calling the start ticker method here. So what does start ticker? Here again we need some user configuration and access token. Here we need access token. Okay, so here access token, this method I exposed from Zerodha. Okay, in Zerodha file after successful login, right? So I'm just setting this access token. I made this global so that this will be available as part of global. Here I am calling get access token. So we also need similar when you log in, right? Similar you need API key, right? And API secret here. So while starting ticker service, you need API key, user config API key. From here we are getting API key. That is nothing but this config file and users.json, right? Okay. So we are getting API key. Along with that, we have to pass access token to kite ticker. This is kite ticker. I imported from Kite Connect SDK. So now I passed the API key and access token, right? So ticker, we have the valid ticker object, right? So I'm just setting, these are the callback method. I told you, right, in the PPT, they're on connect, on close, on error, on reconnect, on no reconnect, on ticks, on order update. So for each callback method, these are the callback method that the ticker object or this ticker class accepts. So I have written our own callback methods like on connect, on disconnect, on error. I'm just mapping all those callback methods to the ticker service callback method. So after once you're done all callback methods, then here I'm going to connect. We need to call the ticker.connect method. So if you don't pass this object, okay, the UI is blocked here itself. We need to run the ticker service in a separate thread. Okay, so the code will block here. So whatever the operations you are going to do won't be executed. Let's say if you are after starting ticker, I'm going to do all this. This won't be executed if you do not pass this threaded equal to. We are passing threaded equal to so that the ticker service will be started in the background and we'll get the handle immediately after this so that our other code will get executed. We are not blocked, correct? So when you do start ticker, we're getting a user config getting the access token and we're getting access token from the Zerodha.py file where we already logged in. Then we're getting the user config from user config file. We need to read basically API key from here and start creating the ticker object. Then here we are connecting to the broker using this connect method. Before that we have assigned on connect disconnect. So these are the callback method, right? See, what are the callback methods? We assign on new ticks. Whenever you get the new ticks, this ticks is nothing but an array of objects, okay? And then whenever your connection is successful, so what will happen when I do your connect, right? So when I do connect here, after successful connection, this callback method will be called. This on connect method will be called by the Python SDK. So that means, okay, our connection is successful. When you get this, only after this, you can actually subscribe to tokens, okay? Where are the subscribe tokens? I just written function as register symbols. Okay, here symbols are passed from outside. Let's say here from algo after starting ticker. Right, I'm just waiting for the 5 seconds and calling register symbols. I'm just passing SBI and Reliance, right, to the here. I mean, I'm calling this basically this method. Now, once you get the SBI and Reliance symbol, you can't just directly send those SBI and Reliance to subscribe method of ticker because it can't understand. It accepts only the integers which are actually tokens. As I said, right, when you fetch all the instruments, we have all the data here, right? So for each trading symbol, there is an instrument token associated with it, right? So what I'm doing here, get instrument data by symbol. I'm calling this method from this instrument. I'm just passing the symbol, right? I'll get the complete instrument data object. Now I'm interested only in the token, right? Instrument token. I'm just getting the token for the symbol. I'm storing all the tokens inside another array. Let's say in case of SBI and Reliance, this will go through the loop. Once you get the Reliance and we got the token and push to this tokens array, appending to this tokens array. Next SBN comes, we got SBN instrument token from by calling this method, and I'm pushing that token to this array. Once you get all the tokens, right, corresponding to the symbols passed to this method, now what I'm doing, I'm just calling ticker.subscribe, passing all the tokens, right? Once you subscribe, that means then only you will start receiving the ticks for those trading symbols. And when you start receiving the ticks, this on new ticks will be called. This is nothing but I assigned this one here on new ticks, on ticks. Okay, I written the method as on new ticks. Whatever the method name you can write. So each new tick, this multiple ticks you will receive. Okay, I'm just traversing through the loop. This ticks will receive. Again here, when you receive the ticks, you will get the instrument token. This tick object contains the instrument token, some number, let's say 5, 4, 6, 7, something. You don't know which symbol it is. Again, what we need to do is now get instrument data by token. This time call the by token method here, this method, right? So that you will get the object, the instrument data object, and that instrument data object will have the symbol name. For this instrument token, I got symbol name. Okay, I'm just printing the symbol name, what is the current market price. So this tick object actually contains so much of information like last price, day low, day high, previous day close, the percentage change from previous day close. Also depth. The depth means the bits and arcs array, right? Currently we're not interested in those information, but you can try on your own for you can print all this information, but I am printing now only the current market price, which is nothing but this tick of last price, right? And whenever there is an error, you will get this on error method callback. On disconnect, you will get this on disconnected, and any reconnection happening due to intermittent issues, you will see this this law. And when the max reconnects attempt, all reconnects attempt done, and the SDK is going to give up, then this will be called. This is nothing but on no reconnect. Basically, return function like this on no reconnect. Then I'm calling this on max reconnect. This will be called. And at last on order update, we are going to test one order update also. For that, we just need to place one order. Okay, ticker on order update method, whether this callback method is being called or not. Whenever there is an update to your order, whenever the order status changed, this on order update callback method will be called. So this is the code. Okay, what we are doing here as a part of demo, we are starting the ticker service. I'm just waiting for the 5 seconds because the ticker connection to be established, right? It will be established in a millisecond, but I'm just waiting for 5 seconds. Then I'm calling register symbols. What it will do, this register will see symbols, will get the tokens for all the symbols you passed here, and it will call the ticker.subscribe method by passing the tokens. Once this subscribe is done, then you will start receiving the ticks, and you will see the prints on new tick and the current market price prints you will see, which we have written here, right, on new ticks. This one you will see. Okay. So what I am doing is, just for demonstration purpose, along with ticks, we can also receive the order updates in the callback method. For that, to test, I am just, after 5 seconds, what I am doing is, trading symbol SB, I am just getting the current market price using this get code. and I'm placing an order, okay, a sell order short, already one direction short. I'm just placing an order, okay. So once you place the order, whenever the order is filled, you will receive the order update in order update method. That is nothing but here you will see this log will be printed, correct. And after waiting for 2 minutes 120 seconds, I'm just going to stop the ticker. When you stop the ticker, I'm just calling the stop ticker. What does it do? Stop ticker, start ticker, anyhow, you know, we have read all those things. Stop ticker will just ticker dot close. Some code I'm sending and I'm using manually close something, anyhow, whatever we see. And once the connection is closed, you'll see the print on close. Where is on close? Sorry, on disconnect. Okay, here I have written the function as disconnect. The ticker got disconnect. This you will see this print. Okay, this is the code. So let's go to web page. First we'll start our algo, right? Py main.python. Okay, our server started. We are listening on 8080 board. This is a flash server, right? So now go to localhost and 8080 port, right? We are running. So you know, right, what we do initially, we just click on the login to broker button, which will redirect to our broker terminal. I mean kite.zerodha.com. In this case, we will log into our broker. After successful login, the broker will call the redirect API method, which is nothing but our localhost something we gave there, and we redirected here. Okay, the login is done. If you see the logs, see we got some action login status, request token we got. Internally we got the access token as well. Now login is successful. When you click on the start algo method, that start algo method from main will be called, which is in a separate thread. Now today inside start algo, what we are doing, we are fetching the instrument first, then we are starting the ticker service, and then we are subscribing to tokens, then we are placing some order. Okay, now start algo. Okay, start algo call, see the logs. Ticker connection is successful. We are waiting from 5 seconds. See, subscribing tokens. Now you start seeing all the ticks, right? The tick callback with, see, order is placed. There is another sorry, I'm just keep on going down. Wait, I'm just stopping. Wait. Okay, see, on order update method placed by my client ID, the order ID, etc. So whenever the order changed, I mean the order might have filled, sell order, we got 2 updates here for order. That's it, right? Now that is keep on going down. We see there is some reconnection issue. Connection again seems to automatically established, and we are keep on receiving the ticks. This is how you receive the ticks. What to do with after we receiving the ticks? Then so that is the next part. Generally what we do, you write some codes somewhere, your strategy code, and you have written the ticker service somewhere. Okay, whenever you get the received tokens from the ticks from this ticker service, you connect both the things. This ticker service on receiving a new tick will call some callback method of your strategy. So inside your strategy you will be getting all the new ticks, and which keep checking, okay, what is the current market price. If it is greater than your your signal level, let's say if it's a breakout strategy, okay, then you place order somewhere, right? So we are going to do all the stuff one by one while we are going to build this project step by step. So far what we covered so our project is in Python, so that's you're aware, right? So it's in Python. We are doing with Zerodha broker. The similar thing can be done with other brokers, but first we'll complete all the steps with Zerodha. What are the steps so far we covered? The steps so far we covered how to log into the Zerodha broker from your algo using the redirection method, and how to get the access token from in your algo. Once you get the access token, then you can do all the operational, like fetching instrument, placing orders, getting codes and placing orders, etc. Okay, see, now the ticker got disconnected. Why? I have only closed the connection, ticker stopping, after 2 minutes, right? So that's the on connection, on disconnect callback method. The ticker connection closed, and we got this one, right? Anyhow, this ticker stopping on disconnect method, this is called, right? We are done, right? So okay, what I was explaining, right? So first of all, what I'll do is we're done with the basic concept how to call all the broker APIs, including the WebSocket today, right? So what I'm going to do next, currently I have written all the code in some functions just for demonstration purpose, because once we start growing our code size, code base is getting bigger, it is difficult to maintain in the form of functions. For that matter, we need to write in a proper way, like using some object-oriented programming concept, that is OOPS concept I call here. I will modularize the code in classes. Each class will be having function and some what are the modules it has. So first I will try to convert the existing code into object-oriented programming design way. Then I will try to write some sample strategy. I will try to connect the order manager, the ticker service manager, your login manager, etc. Okay, and you start your algo. Algo will start your trade manager, order manager, whatever login manager, then ticker manager. All this component will start, and based on your actions from your UI, let's say you clicked on login to broker, so the flow will click in. After successful login, you click on start algo. That algo will start some other services. Okay, also it will start your strategy. When the strategy should start, let's say your strategy starts at, let's say, 9:30. Okay, 9:30 will do some operation inside the strategy. I have not written that code, but I'm just explaining those things I'm going to write. Okay, for today this much only. Okay, I hope you understood. This is helpful for you. Thank you very much. Bye, see you for the day.